In Syria's 9-year war, over 920 healthcare workers have been killed in air attacks. For these professionals, Syria became the most dangerous country in the world. Thousands fled, only to face an uncertain future in their new countries.
I always wanted to be a doctor, as it's my childhood dream, and it's my parents as well.
إنه من وأنا صغيرة حلمي إنه فوت جامعة وهالقصص.
I don't imagine my life without being a doctor, because I can say I've born to be a doctor.
These professionals left everything behind.
Every day I remember Syria. أنا تركت سوريا لأني كنت مضطر لهالشيء. خسرت كثير، لكن كان هذا خيار اتخذته بوقت من الأوقات.
Hassan fled to Germany. He was a trained surgeon. Now he must qualify again.
We must wait for the courses, the language courses, on the papers. You must wait for the papers from the government office for your papers as a doctor. And after the passing the exam, you must look for work, and you must wait for the appointment with the hospitals, and that takes time.
Sidra's family fled to Turkey. She was in grade 8. Even then, her dream was to be a dentist. She learned Turkish, finished top of her class, and won a Turkish university scholarship.
بس إنه كنت فكر إنه بكرة ممكن رفقاتي إنه هن يتخرجوا وأنا لسه عم أدرس مثلاً بكالوريا أو لسه جامعة.
Bahra found refuge in the United Kingdom. He had studied medicine in English in Egypt.
After I got my status, I started to look for any opportunity or any organizations that could help refugee doctors.
Bahra found help. The Lincolnshire Refugee Doctor Project in Grimsby, England. Their program helped him with housing and income, and with support for courses, exams, and a placement. He now has a timetable in his mind.
At first, I have to pass my English tests. I think it maximum could take me about 3 months. Then I have to prepare myself for the medical one, which consists of 2 parts. I think it would take about 4 months. Then I have to make some attachments in a hospital. After that, I can apply for practicing in any hospital I want.
The Lincolnshire program helps 10 doctors a year. The goal is to persuade them to stay. The region desperately needs doctors.
And then we're going to focus on speaking today, and specifically the clinical communication criteria. Okay, so finding out where the patient is here. Basha, you had a good question for that.
Well, I will ask my patient, what brings you here today?
How can I help you today?
Yeah.
Dr. Aula Abara is an advocate for these professionals.
So there's great value in Syrian and refugee doctors. So these are doctors who are highly trained, highly skilled, and usually among the top academic achievers in their cohort. So I wouldn't say that it's easy. There are a number of hurdles, and of course it's the language, but beyond the language, it's the recognition of training that they've done and of their undergraduate and postgraduate qualifications. And it's also the time it takes, not only to learn the language, but also to be able to book onto the various examinations that they need to do for them to get their registration in place.
Refugee health professionals must devote long hours to retrain. For Hassan, support from the German government has been crucial.
هلا بالنسبة لي لولا هذا الدعم ما كنت راح وصل لمرحلة الامتحانات الطبية والفحص. كورسات اللغة مكلفة، كورسات التخصصية الطبية التخصصية مكلفة جدا، يعني لولا بصراحة أنا ما كنت راح أقدر أتابع طريقي بتعديل شهادة الطب بألمانيا. لو كانت الأمور الورقية والمراسلات أسرع طبعا كان سهلت أمور الطبيب بشكل كتير كبير، وبنسبة 70% كانت سهلت.
بدون المنحة كنت رح اضطر اختار فرع ثاني مثلا غير طب الاسنان، اني اشتغل وادرس لحتى طالع مصروف في الجامعة. اما بالمنحة هلا حسنت فوت الفرع اللي انا بدي اياه، والحمد لله وقتي صار كله مكرس لدراستي.
Actually, it's a good feeling that when you feel there's someone or some people that are supporting you to get your goals. That's very helpful and give you some sort of confidence.
Training a new doctor or dentist costs well over $100,000. Retraining costs far less.
So one reason for us to support them is that they can work in our health system, and they may be able to work in areas where there is a great need of doctors, or in specialties which they can contribute to significantly where we have a shortage in the UK. And it's the same in Germany, so there's a shortfall of thousands of doctors, nurses and others at present, and it's predicted that this shortfall is going to become even greater as the population ages. It really is in our interest that we support these Syrian refugee doctors and other refugee doctors to enter the workforce.
Hassan's family is now in Germany. His wife is a dentist. She too is studying to restart her career. And he dreams of a return to his specialty.
إن شاء الله في المستقبل القريب إن شاء الله مثل ما كنت طبيب أخصائي جراحة عامة في سوريا سأكون هنا في ألمانيا. A doctor must not easily end his career and his work for an obstacle.
Sidra's in her final year of university. If her application for Turkish citizenship is granted, she will be able to practice.
فأنا طموحي يعني مو بس إني أتخرج ال5 سنين وخلص صرت دكتورة وأفتح حياتي وأقعد أعاين مرضى بس، لا أنا عندي طموح تاني إنه ممكن أكمل اختصاص أو ممكن أدرس ماجستير ودكتوراه وهالقصص.
And Bahra embraces the future.
I think I will be here in some hospital here in Grimsby, practicing as a doctor. If I get my specialty, what I love, I want, which is surgery, I should work in a hospital. So I hope I can manage my own operation room by myself after, let's say, 5 years.
Their story is a success story. But they are few. With more support, like the Lincolnshire program, many others could return to their vocations quickly and effectively. Their integration must be a political priority.